And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the alien spaceship stream. You could be watching from anywhere around the country or the world, or anywhere in space, and I really appreciate it. Coming to you from a galaxy far, far away. And hello, everybody. Welcome, chat. We are back from earlier. And now I'll switch over so people can see me. Alright, hello. It's me, Alien Spaceship. And now I'm going to bring up the chat. Okay. Alright, so, hello, Joyce, Nomad, and Moki. Well, I'm glad to see all of you here. Okay. And Lord Rome subscribed to me. I didn't know I had anything to subscribe to. Yeah, so, basically, yeah, shout out to Lord Rome. And, yeah, Moki. Yeah, you have a channel, Moki. Hello, Steve. I'm glad to see you, buddy. Good to see you, man. Let's Go Moki has pots, so hang beers and crush. Okay. I see that we have some links. Well, let's read these links that Moki is sending. All right. Let's go here. And look at this. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you have this, and all right, let's open this one. We'll open up these links. Oh, nice, nice. There's a problem. We'll just close the windows down, but I want to just save this for reference. I'm just opening everything. All right. Yeah, him. All right. So let's go to this one right here. Let's open up everything. I'm just opening up these links, and we'll go through them. Thank you, Moki, for all these links. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Let's go over. Yeah, you have some more links. Okay. Wow, a whole bunch of links. Okay. The old lady gang, yeah. Yeah, it's my old lady gang. Yeah. Alright, so let's switch over to this area, and I'm going to... Alright. Go to this one more. Okay. So the chat will go up, go fast, and don't want to miss anything. Alright, Moki, understood. Understood. Alright, so, and if I missed anything, you could repost the links. Alright, so let's go here. Window capture. Alright, so here we have, these are the alien species that exist. Alright, so you have 4 species Congress was briefed about. Alright, so you have right here is the 4 different aliens. You have the insectoid aliens, and you have the gray aliens, the reptilians, and the Nordic aliens right there. So those are just probably some AI generated examples of these things. All right, and a little bit up so y'all could see it. Yeah, so scared. And it's nice to see a visual of what this looks like, because we've only seen it in drawings. All right. The mantoids, the mantids. All right, so that's a mantids. and the Greys and the Reptilians and the Nordics. This is a video from 2008. Certainly is one of the best videos. So this is a UFO. We've never been so close to UFO right here. Yeah. Did you know anything about this one? Supposed to be from Istanbul, Turkey, and called Close Up with a Craft. Yeah. So basically, these crafts have been seen all over the place. All right, here's another one. There's another one up there. And I've had this other person tell me on YouTube through another chat, he saw the orb and he took a video of it up close, and it's quite amazing. Oh, hello again, Frog. Good to see you. Well, that's funny, Joyce. All right. So yeah, very good captured up close of the UFOs. I've not seen the movie Signs, I don't think, no. And was an object that was filmed under the conditions over that turned that way, okay? And you know, broadcast television. All right. And yeah, so that's it right there. That's it right there. Hilarious. Yeah, I'll have to go check out the movie Signs. Oh, look it up close to the green in it. Oh, it's so fascinating. Definitely enchanting. All right. So, at one point in the UFO interview with the whistleblower, Matt Brown moved from observed facts to personal philosophy. This was a fascinating part. Why they're here, where they're from. All right, so let's play this clip. All right. Oh, hello, Five Cats. You can see the two Greys in the cockpit sound. All right, you know, Moki, I'm gonna play the sound with this one. All right. All right, so let's make sure chat could see this. All right, and I saw this interview Moki sent me about, and here we go.
A good degree of confidence that the reason they're here is us. I think life, especially sentient life, is a precious thing. And I think to some, it might be a resource. I think humanity, to some level, is a resource for them.
Yeah, and we know from many generations that I think this is a very great clip, by the way. You know, fair use. And we know that they come to Earth for minerals and resources and what they could get out of our stuff here.
Like a commodity?
Possibly a commodity, possibly form of entertainment, possibly medical related.
Think they live here?
Yes.
For all intents and purposes?
Yes.
Always?
I don't know about always, but it certainly appears that they have been here for most of recorded history. At least some element of this has been here for most.
And I agree with that, because basically, you know, with the aliens, the gods that came down here, and that they're like royalty, like the pharaohs and stuff that were descended from gods, or Leonidas that was descendant of Hercules. That makes sense that they were living amongst us the whole time. That's just another example of it. Okay.
Most of human recorded history.
You think we would see them if they didn't let us see them? Even with our more advanced sensors, that they pop up, but they can also disappear, and do they allow us to get these glimpses? Is that a game of some sort, I wonder? Or an education process?
It's a bizarre one that I could not understand if it is a game. I think they're both just as powerful as we think, but also less. And I think there is not a single they here. Certainly multiple factions of the same species, if not multiple species.
Exactly. I do agree with that. It's a very good take that he had on this, that there are multiple species of aliens, and if they are fallen angels disguised as aliens, or if they are aliens from other planets, or a combination of both, I do certainly agree with that. And
And all the complexity that brings, which might be our best hope.
all right, so there we go, right there, and go to this one. Oh, Karen Reed. Oh no. All right, so Free Karen Reed is big mad. I can already smell bedrow bedrow letter brewing, and some new Jen McCabe brought Kate Peter a Rolls Royce or Jean Spot, Kate Peter and Tully cheesecake. Factory exchange envelopes over lunch nonsense dropping this weekend. Wait for it. I think justice is finally coming for John O'Keefe and his family and his friends. Watched Eclipse. Oh Lord. Okay. There we go. All right.
I mean, I didn't think I.
All right. So I'm gonna play this. Make sure it can be seen. Chat. All right, here we go.
Hit him, but could I have clipped him? Could I have tagged him in the knee and incapacitated him? I didn't think I hit him, but could I have clipped him? Could I have tagged him in the knee and incapacitated him?
You see, I see that's, and also this is a great video. Wow, it's very, very amazing to see this type of reaction out of her. And yeah, that is a good point that about what you were trying to say, Moki, about her. And shout out to Dateline for this and fair use, as I said. Here.
He didn't look mortally wounded as far as I could see, but could I have done something that knocked him out and in his drunkenness and in the cold didn't come to again?
And this would have been the moment you dropped him off at the party.
Yeah, would have had to have been.
You see, she's talking about that exact thing about hitting him at the party and where it could have occurred. And I'll tell you this, and this is a great video. Wow, I'm very moved, think this is a great video. Wow. But she certainly is extremely stupid for doing an interview like this out during she's having a trial and she's doing something like that. And Steve, this man said she really is a Karen. All right, go into the next one.
There was no memory of anything happening, but I had been drinking, and it was late. I never heard from him again, ever, obviously. So
That's very telling right there. Well, I think this is another telling video, fair use, great, good point on this video right here about her as well. Yeah.
Oh, I thought, could I have run him over? Did he try to get me as I was leaving and I didn't know it? I mean, I've always got the music blasting. It's snowing. I got the wipers going, the heater blasting. Did he come and hit the back of my car and I hit him in the knee and he was drunk and passed out? And
You see, as I said, I think this is very explicit, that she's in a trial and she thinks she could have hit him. I don't understand the type of logic here. What kind of attorney is Alan Jackson for not advising her not to do this, or she just didn't listen to him, or didn't consult him? It's like, if I'm in a situation like this, I'm going to consult all the attorneys that I know of and whoever's in my corner during a trial, God forbid. And I'm not going to, y'all know I'm not going to do anything like this, all right?
asphyxiated or something. And then when I hired David Yannetti, I asked him those questions the night of January 29th. Like, David, what if I ran his foot over, or what if I clipped him in the knee and he...
Yeah, and although this is a clip, it is a clip. It could be taken out of. I'm not saying it's taken out of context, but it's a clip. But this clip of it does seem like she is trying to. She doesn't know for certain if she hit him or not at that moment. Now, someone else said, I think Free Karen Reed would say that that's not. She's not admitting guilt, but she thinks she could have done it. But then again, it's like also opens up the door to say she could have done it, and she acknowledges she could be guilty also.
Passed out or went to care for himself and he threw up or passed out, and David said, yeah, then you have some element of culpability.
Right, some element of culpability. Exactly, and Moki said if she saw him go in the house or even toward the house, why did she think she could have hit him? Exactly. So she couldn't have seen him go into the house or towards the house if she thought she could have also hit him. It does make sense. It would be a conflicting information right there. You know, it could be that she just doesn't know for sure if she saw him or not. Doesn't mean she's necessarily guilty or innocent, and then again she's making up that she saw him go into the house, or maybe she was very paranoid and second guessed herself. But so I mean, I could defend her or go against her, but I'm just kind of just saying it up in the air. Yeah, I mean, Moki, that's very, a good point, that it seems like she, when someone lies, you could tell someone is lying if they keep changing their story even just slightly. So that is a telling situation right there. All right, that we already did that already. All right, back to this. All right, so all right, Five Cats said, I understand, Moki. I didn't think that you wanted. I didn't think that you wanted to go marry Karen Reed. I think if you had too many Karen Reed links, you would get scared. Hello, Remy. It's great to see you. We're reacting to some videos right now. Okay, Five Cats says, I've never bought the idea that she saw him go into the house. She saw him go towards the house, then I think he slipped and she backed up. Okay. Alright. So, this next clip is the most astonishing statement from any whistleblower in UFO history. You are not free. The reality has far more to it than you are allowed to believe. God is real.
Look, man, if you were to die tomorrow because of whatever reason, what do you want people to know right now? Like, what do you want people to know if you're just like fucking gone?
And this is another telling video. Wow. This is another interesting video, and seeing about his reaction about this, we'll see what he's going to say next. It's going to be very fascinating.
You are not free. And this reality has far more to it than you have been allowed to believe. And God is real.
Look, man, if you were to die tomorrow...
Amen. Amen. And basically, you see, in this video, he says he believes in God, and God's real. And I certainly agree with that. Amen. And a lot of people, I think even if people don't believe in God, the values of the belief in God are very important for people to have. And say, Remy, how Karen Reed was over drinking, and caused this problem where she doesn't know if she hit him or not. So those people that don't drink, maybe that might be the best way to go for some people, or maybe everybody. So, Remy, if she was more sober, maybe she wouldn't have hit him, or she would have been more coherent about it. But Moki thinks it was done on purpose, maybe done on purpose. But I don't think getting drunk and driving helps anything. So she's too old to lose her darn mind over a dude. Yeah, I agree. She needs a aim for 16 years old and not, if she doesn't want to act her age. Yeah. Oh, that's good. You can type now. Yeah, and Remy said, many of dudes are out there. Just move on. Yeah. Steve said, right, Remy Nass. If she were like 24, then it would be understandable what she did. Now, Remy thinks that it was not done on purpose. It was drunk driving. Yeah, as I said, Remy, the drinking, driving doesn't help anybody. Certainly not in this situation. Yeah. Yeah. Next one. Page doesn't exist. Okay.
Wow.
All right, let's see what this is. Okay, this is the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. Michael Cohen is trying to explain his plans to leave the country after the Orange Man won and is getting increasingly mad as live stream viewers add a turkey filter to his face. Oh, God. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Here we go. We're going to roll the clip.
No problem. Wow. Genius you are. Can we stop with that? I appreciate it. I don't like the stupid turkeys. All right. Let's just knock that stupid shit off, please. All right. I did. I said I was leaving. And then the following day, get that through your dumb heads. The following day, I turned around and I said that there's no chance in the world that I'm leaving my country. Thank you very much. All right? I'm not leaving anyway. You leave. This is my country. And I have every right, every single right within which to turn around when we stop so we can. All right, 2 seconds. I'm going to end up blocking the CD.
Wow, this is something else, man. This is hilarious.
No problem. Wow, genius you are. Can we stop with that? I appreciate it. I don't like the stupid turkeys. All right, let's just knock that stupid shit off, please. All right. I did. I said I was leaving. And then the following day, get that through your dumb heads. The following day, I turned around and I said that there's no chance in the...
What are we doing here? Come on, you feel me? It's like why do we have to be acting a fool over here? And then you go and say, oh, okay, he's trying to backtrack, but all these people are clowning on him and he's getting triggered. I mean, it's like, where's comedy anymore? I mean, where'd all that go? I mean, come on. Look at this, man.
World that I'm leaving my country. Thank you very much. All right? I'm not leaving anyway. You leave. This is my country. And I have every right, every single right within which to turn around when we stop so we can... All right, 2 seconds. I'm going to end up blocking this idiot. No problem. Wow. Genius.
All right, come on. That's completely ridiculous what these people are doing. Now, since Remy's here, let's play the clip again with Karen Reed for her to see it. All right. All right. All right, Joyce. Have a good night and a great weekend. All right. Oh, I'll show Mary. I'll show Mary.
I mean, I
All right, it's all set. Now it's time to react to this.
I didn't think I hit him, but could I have clipped him? Could I have tagged him in the knee and incapacitated him?
You see, she doesn't know if she saw him or not. Either she was drinking or lying. And while this video is just really, really telling. Wow.
He didn't look mortally wounded as far as I could see, but could I have done something that knocked him out and in his drunkenness and in the cold didn't come to again?
And this would have been the moment you dropped him off at the party. You're thinking.
Yeah, would have had to have been. I mean, I didn't think
Understood, Remy. Understood. So we have one side saying she did it, one side saying she didn't mean to, and the third party saying she's completely innocent. All right.
there was no memory of anything happening, but I had been drinking and it was late. I never heard from him again, ever.
Yeah, she's saying she didn't hear from him anymore, and this could allude to what Remy's saying about the confusion. And I'll say that, like what a defense would say is that it could be taken out of context, that it's a speculative, it's not admitting of guilt, but, you know, she could have known that she could have hit him, or maybe at first she could have panicked, like say if somebody's hitting the snow. Maybe you thought you could have hit them. Doesn't necessarily mean you hit them, but it's possible. But then again, if you see him walk into the house, either the memory clipped or she basically couldn't know because she was blacked out from drinking, or it's what Moki is saying, that she did know she hit him and she's making it up. Or it's what Remy's saying and she didn't mean to do it. Or the other people will say she's innocent and she was just paranoid. Oh, we could watch it 100 times, Moki. I'm ready.
Obviously. So, I thought, could I have run him over? Did he try to get me as I was leaving and I didn't know it? I mean, I've always got the music blasting. It's snowing. I got the wipers going, the heater blasting. Did he come and hit the back of my car and I hit him in the knee and he was drunk and passed out and asphyxiated or something? And then when I hired David Yannetti, I asked him those questions the night of January 29th. Like, David, what if, I don't know, what if I ran his foot over? Or what if I clipped him in the knee? And
Yes, you see, this is a speculation, you know, and as I said, I would say it reminds me when Tellis got on the stand and he started talking. And it didn't help his case. Another thing that I saw earlier at Law and Crime was when Jesse had the guest on talking about if Diddy would take the stand. So basically when she was saying, like, if Diddy took the stand, it's like it wouldn't make him more humanized. Because I think that taking the stand doesn't help the case in most situations, just makes it worse. Like Tellis took the stand. And you see, she, in a way, is taking the stand. Nomad says, in the first trial outside the courthouse, a reporter from Court TV asked her if she loved him, and she said, no, I don't love him. Anyone remember that? Well, I believe you. I didn't see it, but I believe you. Surprised that y'all haven't watched the whole ID show. Well, Moki's going to put us in timeout in the corner where bad kids go for not watching it. And she likes to party. She definitely didn't do it on purpose. She was drunk. All right.
And he passed out or went to care for himself and he threw up or passed out, and David said, yeah, then you have some element of culpability.
All right, let's watch this clown right here. And Anna, we're not necessarily... There's people that think she's guilty, but there's people that don't know if she's guilty or innocent. Like, I don't, as I said, she may be guilty. It seems like it's leaning in that direction, but I don't really know for certain. I don't know for certain. But, because you have to have the burden of proof, but I will say with her testimony that she was saying on the show, that could tilt the balance of burden of proof into a direction of a guilty direction. All right, let's look at some clown show again. Oh, every time I watch the Karen Reed trial, I always watch it with some clown music. Oh, yeah, now I will say trolling in certain situations is actually a good thing. It just depends who it's aimed at, in my opinion.
No problem. Wow, genius you are. Can we stop with that? I appreciate it. I don't like the stupid turkeys. All right, let's just knock that stupid shit off, please. All right. I did. I said I was leaving, and then the following day, get that through your dumb heads. The following day, I turned around and I said that there's no chance in the world that I'm leaving my country. Thank you very much. All right. I'm not leaving anyway. You leave. This is my country. And I have every right.
Look at this face freeze. It's like you're going to eat some turkey on Thanksgiving and you see that face. Yeah. Scared.
Every single right within which to turn around would we stop so we can. All right, 2 seconds. I'm going to end up blocking this idiot. No problem. Wow, genius you are. Can we stop with that? I appreciate it. I don't like the stupid turkeys. All right, let's just knock that stupid shit off, please. All right. I did. I said I was leaving. And then the following day, get that through your dumb heads. The following day, I turned around and I said that there's no chance in the world that I'm leaving my country. Thank you very much. All right? I'm not leaving anyway. You leave. This is my country. And I have every right, every single right within which to turn around. Would we stop so we can. All right, 2 seconds. I'm going to end up blocking this idiot.
Lord.
No problem. Wow.
Yeah, it's a TikTok filter. I'm scared. All right, it's like, say you have people that basically, I'll read some context about him. Michael Cohen is trying to explain his plans to leave the country after Trump won and is getting increasingly mad as live viewers add turkey filter to his face. So yeah, that's what it is. Oh yeah, Moki. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like this Timu clown. I mean, all right. So we could have some more right here. All right. So here we go. I know like Remy's gonna chop my head off, but we're gonna play this again.
Genius you are. Can we stop with that? I appreciate it. I don't like the stupid turkeys. All right, let's just knock that stupid shit off, please. All right. I did. I said I was leaving, and then the following day, get that through your dumb heads. The following day, I turned around and I said that there's no chance in the world that I'm leaving my country. Thank you very much. All right. I'm not leaving anyway. You leave. This is my country. And I have every right, every single right within which to turn around when we stop so we can. All right, 2 seconds, I'm going to end up blocking this idiot. No problem. Wow.
All right. So, Remy, thank you. I really appreciate that. Very sweet of you. Hello, G. Good to see you. All right, G. So basically, what we were talking about was... look at I paused it on the perfect spot. So, shout out to G. I learned a lot from you, G, as I said before. I know that I've said it 1,000 times, but the reason why I say that is because it's a unique situation where it's a live stream. It's not something where in a chat room. So, basically, we were talking about Karen Reed. So, and about why she seems guilty. Okay, Remy. Okay. All right. Very sweet of you. All right, so... Oh, thank you, G. I appreciate that. All right, so basically, G... Now, I understand people politically might be... There's people here that are eclectic political views, so some people are on different ends of the spectrum, but... So, this is when Michael Cohen is trying to explain his plans to lead the country after Trump won, and is getting increasingly mad as live viewers add turkey fillers to his face. Thank you. So basically, yeah, so he was talking about leaving the country, and then live viewers are adding these different filters to him. And... Yeah, I got that alien, that cosmetic alien ability to foresee things from time and space. Scared. All right. So we're going to play this again. All right, play this again. So basically, it's a friendly thing. It's like people, putting filters on his face because he was saying that. And I do think that people may have different opinions about Trump, but I do think our country's more free than other countries. And I do think a lot of times in social media, these people might do some exaggerations for clout. So, but as I said, we'll play it again to show the people coming through. And don't want to piss people off, but the Reed stuff or Trump, but I'm just sharing interesting stuff. Moki, I've been on streams. I've been guests on streams. Gee, this person is against Trump and was going to leave the country because Trump won. Similar to how people, if Kamala won, they would leave the country. Like, so you have one side that says if Kamala leaves the country, they're going to flee the United States, and if Trump wins, they'll flee the country. And as I said, people will have their own opinions and stuff. That's okay. It's not like other channels where, like, Steve and I go on, where everybody, like, thinks the same thing. So, understandably. But just make it, put layman's terms, he does not like Trump and was saying he was going to flee the country for supporting Trump, for leave the country because he wanted to get away from Trump, but he backtracked his statement and said he was not going to leave the country and said he overreacted, and they started putting different faces, different emojis on his face. Oh yeah, G, I would think so. And G said she does not care either way. My life hasn't changed either way. Some income, some Creup. Whoever wants to lead and go for it, LMAO. Yeah, shout out to the flags in chat. Shout out to the flags in chat. And yeah, and recently, both sides of the political spectrum are praising Trump for his deal in the Middle East. And the Biden administration has been saying that, and Obama's people have been saying that Trump did an amazing job with what he did, but they don't know what his intentions are, and they think that he might have some personal clout or scheme to it. But as I said, I would hope that everybody can get along in the world and not have more wars and problems. Oh, thank you, G. Anna said she'll buy his plane ticket. All right, so we're going to play this again. All right.
No problem. Wow, genius you are. Can we stop with that? I appreciate it. I don't like the stupid turkeys. All right, let's just knock that stupid shit off, please. All right. I did. I said I was leaving, and then the following day, get that through your dumb heads. The following day, I turned around and I said that there's no chance in the world that I'm leaving my country. Thank you very much. All right. I'm not leaving anyway. You leave. This is my country. And I have every right, every single right within which to turn around when we stop so we can. All right, 2 seconds. I'm going to end up blocking this idiot. No problem. Wow, genius you are. Can we stop? No problem. Wow.
All right. And hello, Delight. Good to see you. It's funny to see Schlump hanging out with his Arab pals again. And Delight, I understand your position, but, you know, at least from the perspective that we have, but if Delight, if you disagree with what Trump's doing, I'd like to know why you think that he has a nefarious scheme, because I'm open to see what your position is, because I want the truth. And it seems that he's trying to cause more peace in the Middle East. Others think that he's trying to do a personal business deal or something for his own self-gratification. But if you don't want to, that's fine. But Delight, it's always a pleasure to see you, and welcome to the chat. As a human, I think he's garbage. Understood. He can be... He has ways about him. As a president, totally different story. All right. And Steve says, I view all politics the same. They're all freaks. Global governance needs amending. All right. And G says, Remy, I want to be healthy. One day I'll be 6 feet underground. I care more about living an honorable life, treating others with respect. And I agree, Remy. At heart, I'm an anarchist probably. And yes, Steve, power to the people. I never wish him to be my children's hubby. To me, how you live your life and what you show the world speaks volumes about you as president. Totally different. Mag Arbage. Scared. Steve, you didn't say that. I misread you. I misread it. All right, let's do this again. All right.
Oh, genius you are. Can we stop with that? I appreciate it. I don't like the stupid turkeys. All right, let's just knock that stupid shit off, please. All right. I did. I said I was leaving, and then the following day, get that through your dumb heads. The following day, I turned around and I said that there's no chance in the world that I'm leaving my country. Thank you very much. All right. I'm not leaving anyway. You leave. This is my country, and I have every right. Every single right within which to turn around when we stop so we can. All right, 2 seconds. I'm going to end up blocking this idiot. No problem. Wow. Genius.
Right, it was not anything. It was just a funny video. It was just a funny video. But let G cook. She's good at cooking. But as a president, totally different story. I agree. He is where he needs to be. If he does good for everyone, that's all that matters. G, I understand. All right, I'm gonna. Here you go, G. And also, I heard a story that there is an older lady living in some area, and he knocked her house down and built some expensive like motel or hotel there. So I've heard some things about him that weren't too nice. I'm not saying that I agree with everything he does. And let's see. In Shanghai, they have electronic menu boards in front of many restaurants. Oh. All right. And also, Moki, when you come back, we'll go and do that. But I want to say an update about... So, in my city, there's been a prison break. And there's been people running around the area, you know, and so there's 10 people that escaped, and earlier 9 were caught. So what happened was they're looking for them. So these people broke out of jail because they ripped off a piece of a refrigerator. They broke off a piece of a toilet and went into the wall, through this opening, and they're able to get out. And now the new update is that 2 of them have been caught, so it's only 8 left. UK has to do with Ellen and Portai. Alright. Remy, at the end of the day, we're all the same. Like I always say, we get deleted. They don't care. They still have dinner. Oh, Alien, I didn't realize it was your city. So they found 9. There's 9. There were 9 on the loose. And they only found 1. Now they found 2. The update is they caught 2 of them. Delight said, and lots of them have animations of duck crapping on McDonald's head. Oh, Delight, that is something of humorous that I didn't think about. Interesting. And they have lots of animations of ducks crapping on Donald's head. Oh. And Remy says, I mean, the world is a shit hole because of these oligarchs. How do you get a toilet mixed up with a refrigerator? Sounds like my ex-husband after he's had one too many. Well, 5 cats. I've not drank anything, but I may have had something from Temu. It may have been something like a Temu leak in the spaceship of some sort of gas that caused me to do that. I'll tell you all right now why I got them mixed up, though, on a serious note. Yeah, shout out to the spaceship cats. Right here. And here we have the situation will go. G said, not gonna lie, I did laugh, and I'd at anyone, even myself, if this was about me, but my fave was when someone called him the Mango Messiah. And I could take humor. I think all that's funny. All right, so this is the object in question. It looks like the same color as a refrigerator. And like a refrigerator could be shaped like that. Oh, thank you, Miranda, for listening. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. And also, it reminds, it's kind of like square, like a refrigerator would be. And also, is also the color of my refrigerator, but I have a Timu refrigerator, unlike y'all, so that's where I get that from. That's what your ex said. Oh, scared. Yeah, they are tough. They are tough, but the person had to have inside help. Tough for me to loosen to this one tonight, biting my tongue. Scared. Oh, that's awesome, Miranda. Nice hat. Steve's funny. He was like 1776 from Walmart. All right. Oh, Anna, my buddy told you happy birthday. I talked to him earlier. Ross said happy birthday. And they caught two of these clowns. They caught two of the clowns. You're not going to engage? Scared. Yeah, very spicy. Yeah. You're welcome. Oh, I've been taught by some of the best on the platform. I'm ready. I won't think. Okay, if anybody has in politics, I don't really care about it. If any of you have some different views, or you think that, I don't care what your views are. It won't bother me. All right, so this is the thing in question. All right, so this is how the prisoners got out. And also, I am proud of myself, and I did well today in chat. Well, that's awesome. We are a loving family here. That's what matters. Respectful. All right. Oh, hello, Matt. Good to see you. Sounds like Christmas came early with the chili. I had green chili and messed up. Boy, LO. Messed you up. Oh, okay. I just dislike him as a spouse and such. I mean, he cheated on every wife, but I'd be evil to think that's okay after all. I have two girls. Well, I understand, G, and my family doesn't like him at all for those reasons. And I just personally don't know about his personal life enough to, but I've heard things about him. All right, Remy. Well, thank you for being with me the whole day. All right, let's see. Now, Moki, I tried to use the link, but it didn't work. But if you could try to post it again, I'll try it again. And I know that you're talking about, and it's too far back for me to look, but I did try a link and it didn't work. It said it didn't exist. And G said, and again, I met him and I worked in his building. All right. Well, that's really interesting, G. That's pretty cool. I know that you don't like him, but that's very fascinating that you met him. Oh, yeah, that's true, Remy. He did know Epstein. That's true. All right. G said, Miranda, I focus more on humanity. I have come to accept all those people in those places don't care about any of us. They all hang out afterwards and mock us. I bet both sides are friends. Yeah, that's possible. It says, oops, so innocent OJC hated. Too easy, LOL. Thank you. I'll take that peace pipe right now. All right, thank you, Moki. So that is the area that they got out in. They got out of that. Somehow. Not 10 people got out of the jail because of that right there. Thank you, Moki. Yes, I had Xmas. All right. G said, I mean, on a personal level, he's not what I'd want. I can't comment as far as politics. I don't know enough to say anything. Okay, G, understood. Yeah, so these all 10 people were able to fit through that. I mean, that's quite incredible. If these people would have put this type of focus into doing something productive with society, that would have been the best thing to do. But as I said, it looks like a refrigerator. It looks like a refrigerator, but it's actually, a prison toilet. Thank you, Moki. She makes a grumpy chili. And then, good night. Good night, Frog. Thanks for being here. Five cats. No, of course not. And I'm talking about a prison toilet that looks like a box that's a different color. Not a real toilet in real life. No way. They look totally different. But like I have a refrigerator right there that's the same color and it's the same shape. Like a giant rectangle. So no, never in real life. It's white and it looks nothing like that. Nothing like a toilet. But if something's like and I'm not even talking about the toilet itself, but the box thing. So not in real life, no. All right. Oh, I grow some mean Thailand dragon peppers. I grow spices. I'm sure you'd like it. All right, let's go here. All right. I'm not nearly as curious about Qatari luxury as I'm about what happened in Malaysian Airlines MH370. Okay, Five Cats. I'm honored. I'm honored. A foreign Air Force One is sus. But not as sus as losing an entire passenger plane when every inch of the plane is under surveillance. All right, here we go. All right. We'll watch it again. All right, after this. All right, so here we go. Got the plane. Well, this is a very interesting video. Okay. And it's kind of going a different direction. Oh, and it has UFOs hovering around it. Oh, yeah, definitely. Ah, you see? Those are the orbs. Scared. Scared. Ah, you see there? I think that's very telling. All right, thank you. My shout out to the white man. Thank you for the donation. All right, G. I will tell you more about it. Okay. One moment. All right. So I want to say to those that may not know, GSI 8 is, I talk to her all the time at the trial chat. I learned a lot from her, and she learns from me. But I learned about law stuff, and we watch trials for a year or two now. So yeah, she's cool people, and she's new. All right. Shout out to all the new people that are at the spaceship. Now we're gonna talk more about the alien stuff. Okay, so we will talk about the alien races again, the alleged alien races. And all right, so let's see, show the full history. Not page not found. Read. Go here quickly. Yeah, we'll talk about the alien thing. Okay, so. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, we're gonna look at that video again. Oh. Well, that's not what I meant to do, but all right, these are alleged alien species that exist, allegedly. So you have the gray aliens, the mantids, the Nordic aliens, and the lizard aliens. So this is something for many years that have been alleged alien species that exist that Congress was briefed about. So it's been taken serious by Congress. And here we go. We're going to go into an explanation. So, all right. So, with the aliens, and G said, "Thank you. I learned more from you than you'll ever know. You are incredibly smart. Your character is what everyone should follow." Thank you, G. You like them all, and the top right is scaring you. When an alien finally gets his darn Discord going, I'll probably post some amazing photos. All right, Matt. Now, I'll say this about the Discord. I don't want any people being trying to delete each other in there, and acting a fool. So everybody be peaceful with each other. That's some apprehension I have about it, but we're still gonna, put it out there. All right, so here we're gonna continue talking. All right, G. So there are these different alien species. So first of all, how I got into aliens was one of my friends that I went to school with at a young age. He was very into aliens and the different theories about them. And he told me about it, and I saw some History Channel stuff on ancient aliens, and then that is how that worked. And Anna said she thinks she's a Nordic alien. Scared. I'm related to the Nordic people too. So basically, there's these different theories. So first of all, there's this alleged planet that exists beyond Neptune called Planet 10 or Planet X. And there's some conspiracy theories about that planet, that they had these aliens that came here to have humans mined for gold and stuff that would help with their atmosphere. Then you have these other depictions in mythologies of civilizations around the world of these beings coming from the sky. So you have people coming from the sky and all these different cultures, and some of them are reptilian type beings. And a lot of times you say something is fiction. But it is possible that there was some sort of an advanced beings that came down here and taught humans things. Also, with the Abrahamic religions like Christianity and the different beliefs like that, in the Bible it talks about how these fallen angels came and they taught humans things that they weren't supposed to know or not supposed to know yet. And they created these hybrids called the Nephilim. So there's a theory that the aliens could be fallen angels or something with the Watchers or demons that are causing some sort of a deception. Also, there's a theory that the gods of other religions were them. So, regarding about the theory of the beings from another planet, that there's all kinds of billions and zillions of stars out there, and it's possible that there could be other life forms in other places, and maybe we made contact with them. So, I'm Irish too, Moki. I'm Irish too. Oh, Aaron, I just came on an hour ago. Yes, Remy, it's Mary Toodles. So, then we have now a code word my friend came up with is gooberment for government, so that there's theories that they did make these different types of alien contact, but they didn't want people to know about it because it might cause people to panic if they knew about aliens. Because like what Gam catches up, he's another good YouTuber that I helped him come up with the live stream. I told him how to do live streaming, and he paints 3D models and stuff like that. Shout out to him. He was talking with me on his show, on his stream, about how these aliens have this certain technology that we do not have. Like, we have these abilities that we don't have. Like, they're more advanced than we are. So it would scare people about these things. Now, people... Oh, yeah, G, understood. Understood. I'm related to Italians and the Mediterranean countries and the Nordic countries and the southern, central, northern, and all over Europe, pretty much. I'm a mutt of all things. Gee, that is understandable, especially someone as yourself. And now I understand that because in the world of logic and reason and education, it seems like something out of a sci-fi movie that was fictional, like, say, Harry Potter or something like that, and that's understandable. And I think that a lot of people do make up things. But we cannot deny, in my opinion, the sightings that people have had. There's videos of these things, like I showed you, and there's people that have had encounters with them that have traumatic experiences from them, but they could have a mental illness or it could be something else. But I do think my logic here is that a lot of movies and TV shows I saw growing up, no one believed the people that were seeing something or something was going on. Then it comes out to be true. So I would rather look like a fool than the people be right and no one believed them. And I think it could be dangerous. I mean, it's okay to be wrong. I think especially there's some good evidence to support a possibility that it could be real. So, yeah, and a lot of times people will encounter these beings and they will be very evil, or they'll be experimenting on people or animals, and they're known to create hybrid things. And also, Bible talks about in the book of Revelation where there was John saw these unclean frog spirits. So with the unclean frog spirits, they would come down and cause a deception with the Antichrist. And the frog spirits, they resemble the gray aliens because they look kind of like frogs. So there's a theory that the gray aliens are the unclean spirits. And Aleister Crowley, as I mentioned before on other streams, is that he summoned a demon thing that resembles a gray alien. So, and people that are in occultic practices have summoned UFOs and communicated with aliens. So there's something there. And there's people that believe in the flat earth on this channel, which is fine. But there are people that believe in these things where, say there's a scientific explanation for organs and stuff, but they didn't know at the time what organs were. Another explanation is that they didn't know about how, say, the sun being the center of the solar system. People disagree with this. They think the earth is flat. But my point is that we may not have a exact scientific explanation for these things, but doesn't mean it's necessarily not true. And they give off a different aura. Their aura is like a robot. They're like purple, like a robot, and they give off like darkness. Also, I feel like I'm betraying faith. Are we allowed to believe in them? I'm not even overly religious. And gee, that's fine. That's fine. So basically, if it's there, it's there. If it isn't there, it isn't there. So if there's clearly like a UFO floating there in the sky, regardless of what a religion says, there's something there. So I would say that it's okay to believe that there's aliens exist. And actually there's, biblical and evidence for these type of things that were talked about, but they may be some sort of a nefarious type being, but they may not be. Maybe there's some that are good, some that are bad. Also, another thing is that there was, say from Islam, they have this story where Solomon was seeing ants or ant people. So some of the aliens look like insects, like the insect aliens I showed you. So maybe King Solomon was seeing something like the gray aliens. And also there's something called the jinn. They might be something like that, where like a jinn could be either good or bad. Although there's a lot of more negative things about the jinn, they could be good or bad. They could be a being like that. So across the Abrahamic religions, there are different supernatural beings that occur. So I think that's fine. And especially if these UFOs are there, there is something there. Now, there is something called Project Bluebeam, where allegedly there would be a fake alien invasion. I know it sounds far-fetched. Where they would try to have a one-world government, which would bring upon oppression and an antichrist situation to society, where real aliens would come and try to save the day, but they're actually the bad ones. So that is some of the conspiracy theories about these aliens. And then we have, so that is some of the theories with the aliens. So I'm going to talk about the Greys specifically, where we have a gray alien. Let's see. Gray alien, come on. Come on, Timu. All right. I want to see the other ones you had up. This guy is staring right at me, and I get the heebie-jeebies. All right, G, I'll show it to you again. All right. Here we go. Scared. All right, there's the alien. All right. Oh, you're a lefty. Oh, nice. Nice. All right. If you haven't fought with Remy, then you haven't been to Law and Crime. Oh, okay. Yeah, Remy's a pit bull. She is. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat. I thought that is real fight. It didn't break it up. Shout out to Scared. All right, let's continue. Scared. All right, now lefties are smarter, but they say we get deleted younger. Screw them. Hilarious. Yeah, Remy didn't say anything, and then lefties are creative. Absolutely. Shout out to lefties. All right, so yeah, it's just ladies. The ladies like to get feisty. Ladies get feisty. All right, and I guess we're gonna have a stoic lesson right now. All right, chat. So basically, we're gonna talk about if those that anger you can control you. I thought I missed something. I was focused on Alien. Oh, thank you, G. I appreciate that. And also, Stranded, these are my friends from the trial chats that I talk to all day long. And so, hello to co-pilot Stranded. All right, so someone that can anger you can control you, and I think that the call, like, to reattach from ego and emotion, and to be stripped of that, and to not be controlled with puppet strings. So it's important to not be controlled by that, and to have a logical view of things. But it's okay to not be logical sometimes. But I think that it is good to take some deep breaths when, like, somebody could offend you. Yeah, that's exactly what you are there, G. Exactly. And Remy's gonna go to bed soon. I don't mind you, Remy. It's an interesting life that I have. You are Leo. All right. What I gotta do, though, is show them the Skinny Bob video. Alright, here we go. So, alright, G. This is a video of Skinny Bob, an alleged alien that was captured, that was caught by the KGB. You're getting, it's like kind of like stand up and get crunk. Stand up and get crunk. She's getting crunk and drunk. Scared. Alright, here we go. You know, that was, to me, I'm like, this thing is really something. So that's one of the Greys. The KGB caught. Alright, there's his hands. See how it's blinking? If someone's wearing a mask, they can't blink. Alright. Scared. Scared. Alright, there you go. I'm still wondering how he got that shirt over his big head. That is a good question. Absolutely, that's a good question. There you go. No one's going to fight with me. I'm a sucker. I say sorry even when I am the one who did nothing wrong. I get upset and I'm the one who forgets in 2 minutes. Oh, alien, wow. Yes, OMG. Skinny Bob, my favorite. No, that looks real. Exactly, G. It does look real because it blinks and it moves around. Yeah, so that's what the KGB caught on their camera. You know, the alien, I made this whole completion of videos about the UFOs, so we're gonna actually go there. Right, we're gonna take in a detour. Taking a detour. All right. So YouTube. Go right here. I'll show y'all a video I made about this type of stuff. Okay. Okay, so is that yeah, it's a lot of brain. It's a lot of brain. Right. So for instance, let's look at this right here. So I'm gonna read y'all this for a second. So look at this one. This is what Aleister Crowley summoned. It looks very similar to the Greys. As early as 1917, occultist Aleister Crowley described meeting with a pre-natural entity named Lam that was similar to the appearance of modern Grey. Crowley believed he had contacted the entity through a process that he called Emalantaraha, working which he thought allowed humans to contact beings from outer space and across the dimensions. Other occultists and UFOologists, many of whom have retroactivity linked Lam to a later Grey encounters, have described their own visitations from him, with one describing the being as cold, computer-like intelligence and utterly beyond human comprehension. In 1933, the Swedish novelist Gustav Sadgren, using the pen name Gabriel Linde, published a science fiction novel called Den Okanda Faran, The Unknown Danger, in which she describes a race of extraterrestrials who wore clothes made of soft gray fabric and were short with big bald heads and large dark gleaming eyes. The novel aimed at young readers, including illustrations of the imagined alien. This description would become the template upon which the popular image of gray aliens is based. Amen, Remy. Amen. Aleister Crowley is a pedo who ate skin, shiot, and drank sperm. Yeah. Remy, he was a demon. He was a son of Satan. He did things to animals I'm not talking about. And Remy, my point is about this is that this evil person summoned a gray alien. So this is out of the scope of UFOlogy and mythology and reality. If these people, these evil people, are summoning aliens and stuff, then there's some truth to it and why they're not really the best things. But there could be also good aliens too. But you see, it's something similar because it's a demonic being that these things are. Whatever this is, if it's something pretending to be an alien or whatever, that's what he's summoned. So amen, Remy. He was an evil demon. He was. Absolutely. Absolutely. And he worships, he summoned demons and stuff. He was in demonology. Yeah. I truly believe the greatest measure of success is not what you gain for yourself, but how you better life for others. No one forgets what you did for them or how you made them feel. Amen. That is absolutely true, G. This stuff is interesting. Thank you. Thank you. Never once has conservatives called love to Aleister Crowley. Oh yeah. If this is about aliens, I have no idea what this has to do with politics. Scared. My hat triggers people. Just say 1776. That's what I put the pick up. I took it yesterday. Lots of people do like it. Oh, man, I got an interesting life. Hey Eugene, welcome to the welcome to the circus. The creature did not resemble any race of humans. They were shorter than the average Japanese. Their heads were big and bald, with a strong square foreheads and very small noses and mouths and weak chins. What was the most extraordinary about them? Them were the eyes, the large dark gleaming with a sharp gaze. They wore clothes made a soft gray fabric. Their limbs seemed to be similar to those of humans. Exactly, Miranda. That's a good thing you did that because, you know, these sons of Satan, like Aleister Crowley, is a complete abomination on you know, the world. So, yeah, again, that's what they try to influence music, to try to influence people, because you listen to music, it could possibly influence you a certain way. And Moki's lost. I guess that's the reason why it's this group of people and not other NPCs, because it's this chat is something else, but in a good way. Y'all are the best chat on the internets. Scared. Barney and Betty Hill abduction. The conception remained a niche One until 1965 when newspaper report on Betty and Barney Hill abduction. All right, Moki, I'm going to set you straight, all right? On the saddle, all right? So straight saddle, Moki, okay? So I was talking about Aleister Crowley and how he summoned a gray alien. Remy was saying that Aleister Crowley ate sperm and was a pedo. So he as a person was a satanic abomination, a son of Satan. And I'm just saying he also summoned the aliens. So that should clear up everything for you, because I know that it's confusing. Barney Hill abduction made the archetype famous. The alleged abductees, Betty and Barney Hill, claimed that 1961 humanoid alien beings with grayish skin had abducted them and taken them into flying saucers. In his 1990 article, entirely predisposed, Martin Coatsmeer Mayer suggested that Barney's memories revealed under hypnosis might have been influenced by an episode of the science fiction television show Outer Limits by Berlioz Shield, which was broadcast in 18 days before Barney's first hypnotic season. The episode featured an extraterrestrial with large eyes who says, "And all the universe is the unites beyond the universe. All who have eyes that speak." The reports from the regression feature a scenario that was in some respect similar to a television show, allegedly. Moki, I disagree with you with pineapples being good on pizza. I respectfully disagree. G said, "I'm trying to do better, not get so heated in those chats, but hearing them bash innocent people bothers me." Yes, absolutely, G. And basically with the I have to do this. I have to do this right now. Let's see. All right, here we go. Thank you, G. All right. And it's basically saying what the aliens are exactly. It is gray aliens, also referred to as Zeta Ruticulians. Roswell Greys are simply the close encounter and alien abduction claims, are detailed of which widely Greys are typically described as having small humanoid bodies, smooth gray skin, purportedly large hairless heads, and large black almond-shaped eyes. The Barney and Betty Hill abduction claim, which purportedly took place in New Hampshire in 1961, popularized by gray aliens. Prosecutor figures have been described and science fiction in the same descriptions appeared later, of accusations of the Roswell UFO incident and early accounts of the 1948 Aztec hoax. Yes, Steve, I believe in hybrids. I believe in hybrids. I told my mom today that Tom Hanks is a pedo and she doesn't believe me. I told her the internet says it's true and I low-key believe it. I can speak with my eyes and say hello and say F away from getting ripped to shreds. Oh, I agree with that. Oh, and oh, okay, okay, Aaron, thank you. Yeah, I just noticed that. All right, but let's see about this video of the alien sightings. Okay, so let's go over here. And that's the prison breakout you see right there. That's the prison breakout. All right. Let's see. This is a video I made some time ago. We're gonna watch some of this. It's a video that I made a couple of years ago about the alien sightings that have occurred. All right. Here we go. And I narrated it. Okay.
Number 1, KGB alien footage. We could see here the KGB is studying and investigating this little strange alien that they called Skinny Bob. And you could see him moving his arms and his body around. And they're trying to study it and interrogate him. I doubt they speak the same language. And also, this footage was top secret, and I have seen it on the internet since I was very young, and it has no sound. Now I will replay it for you, so you can fully grasp all its motions and movements of this peculiar, nefarious little fella.
Thanks, G. I appreciate that.
Number 2, Chinese night sky. I certainly would be very perplexed if I saw this in the sky at night or in the evening. And I certainly think that it's weird you see 2, 3, and 4. I really think it would be important to get to the bottom of all this nonsense. Number 3, aliens on the sea.
Look, nothing in the sky at all. Then all of a sudden, bam! What is that? Anybody tell me what that is? We're in the middle of the ocean. On a ferry. Nothing around. Look. Nothing around. No land, no nothing.
People just trying to enjoy a sunset on the ocean while on a ferry, and they see dozens of these freaky things just floating in the sky, just staring at them. And I know from studying about aliens from when I was young that they like secluded areas, like country areas or the ocean, where there's not many people, but we have seen, as you can see in these videos, many people that are now seeing them in the cities. But you can see that this is an example of what these freaky things like to do. Number 4, aliens in cities.
So, like, they had gods that came from the sky. It's very similar to that. Like how they worship the false gods. It's very similar.
In ancient India, the gods appeared to people, and they were in awe of what they were seeing. And these aliens definitely parallel, and I feel are in conjunction to those events. They just have taken a different form because the aliens are interdimensional. And see how people are freaked out and scared. Like in the Bible, the angels say, "Don't be afraid." But all these angels do is make people more afraid. Number 5, Brazil UFO invasion. In my opinion, I personally feel this is CGI. I just feel the way the ships look flying around.
This is completely fake, by the way. This is completely CGI, by the way. And I narrated this in my scary voice. Looking back, yeah, I was making a real scary voice when I made this. But anyway, so that is completely CGI. An example of a fake one.
Round. And the not so enthusiastic reaction that this could be a fake. But I will replay this.
It could still be real, though. It's possible.
In my opinion, I personally feel this is CGI. I just feel the way the ships look flying around, and the not so enthusiastic reaction that this could be a fake. But I will replay this one more time, and you tell me what you think in the comments. Number 6, evening visitors. This is what I was talking about, how these phenomenons, these UFOs, are appearing in the cities now. You see some lights blinking in the sky, 1 and 2. There will be some more quite interesting things of that in this video. And if anybody speaks these foreign languages, post what they're saying in the comments section below. Number 7, Russian ice alien. In this video, 2 Russian gentlemen are hanging out in the snow. And they're just having an interesting conversation. And then they come across something marvelous.
Вот там нашли, короче, мою. Пойдем в кафе. Вон, видишь. Сейчас сюда такое совсем. Вон, какое безобразие даже. Сейчас, погоди, подожди. Да вот, ебать, часа 2 назад худу, ебаный. Собака худу унюхалась. Что за нахуй бежит? А я хуй. Ну, это понятно, что дохлый. Понятно.
This thing is incredible because it's in so much detail what the alien was going through, and I think it's very real, and how it just looks frozen to death in the snow, and the body is going through decay and rigor mortis. To me, I don't think it's a prop. It's definitely something real, but you all could tell me in the comments if you think it is or it isn't. Number 8, UFO party.
Hello, Liberty. Good to see you. And also, Remy says, "Did you do the graphics? Looks good, Alien. Thank you." I put this video together from, so I was able to screen capture these videos and I reacted to them. So I didn't create the little clips that people had, but I put this together. I made the video. Thank you, Remy. And also, we still have some more to go as time permits. And Liberty, Liberty, I'm going to show you the different races of aliens and talk about the reptilians for you, okay? Like I said I would. Thank you. Yes, I made this whole thing. I narrated it, and I made the music. I did all the graphics and stuff. Yeah, I put it all together. Yeah, right on, Anna. You're right in the right place. All right, go for it, Zero. All right, this is a UFO. Wait.
Number 8.
Yeah, I created this part too. Like with the UFO party thing, I created that.
Number 8, UFO party. What a way to crash a party, right?
All right, no fighting in the chat. No fighting in the chat. Anna's a good chat friend. We don't need to... Steve, you don't need to go fight her. And she has a right to vote for who she wants to. She doesn't have to be... You don't have to be a Trump supporter or a Kamala supporter here. People could be politically what they want. This is like the religious fight earlier. People could be different political parties here, okay? So, Anna, you're welcomed here, in spite of what the chat says, all right?
This, I feel, is from the same UFO sighting as the previous video before this in this list. And you could see the UFOs blinking on and off in the distance. And I think it's quite enchanting in a terrifying way that this is happening and the people are so freaked out and creeped out by these things. And you'll see some more in this list like that. And I cannot understand what they're saying. If you do, put what they're saying in the comments below.
I know, Steve, but maybe she's saying that the chat is very wild. The chat's very animated. And, you know, Moki was saying that she was getting confused earlier. She may have not been meaning it in an offensive way. She's all right. I don't think she meant it in a serious way. And chat is quite wild. Chat is wild. But chat's cool. But, you know, I don't think she meant it in the way you may have thought so. But, you know, let's all, and Anna and everybody, let's all try to get along. All right? And let's continue.
But all I can understand is UFO. Number 9, Chinese UFO pandemonium. This couple is looking at this strange aura moving across the abyssal sky. And just look at the reaction these people have.
哇塞！我天，我天，这么漂亮，这什么东西啊？不会吧？我操，这什么呀？我去啊！我天！
And they are just terrified and stargazed at this crazy thing. I mean, the fear is genuine, and these people don't know what this is, or what's going on, it seems. And I just really think that I certainly would be very uncomfortable if I saw that moving around the sky. Number 10, Chinese Aura Part 2.
啥了？这是什么玩意儿？少块钱才剩了。哎，这是 UFO。
And they are
Eugene, it's up in the air. It could be anything. Whatever it could be either thing. But it's something's there. We just don't know what it is exactly.
very perplexed and confused about what this is exactly. And what I can understand, like with the other video in this list, is they know it's a UFO. And this must be the same incident that we saw before. But wait, there is more.
它好像就是那种火箭推线器，火箭推线器，然后跑路了以后就是这种东西。
And you can see this was happening all over China, and many people took out their phones and filmed this strange phenomenon of UFOs. And I also have heard a theory of a projection of a false UFO invasion, and perhaps that could be going on. Now, I still believe this is from the interdimensional beings that are trying to cause trouble in our dimension. Number 11, Air Force alien footage. This is what the U.S. Air Force took of a unidentified flying object gliding across the sky and getting close to the ground. And notice how it just goes up and down in erratic motion, and it just keeps on gliding around, and they don't really know what it is. And I was talking on a show called ABL Live about this, and how we both agree that the reason why they're calling it an unidentified flying phenomenon is because they don't really want people to focus on the UFO stuff and be distracted. And I know people that have relatives and friends in the military that all tell me that the military have seen these strange things, and this is one of those examples. And I really would like to know more about this, what they're doing. And if you all could provide more information in the comments below, I would appreciate it. Number 12, Navy pilots see UFO.
Look on the ASA. My gosh. Girl, going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude. That's not an LNS though, is it? It's not. That is an LNS, dude. Well, if there's like a thing, it's rotating. No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow, look at that, man. Look at the fly.
And we see the Navy pilots as they don't really know what this is exactly, and they're very amazed by it. And these things are called by the media and Army now not unidentified phenomenon, but unidentified aerial phenomenon that I said previously in this video. But you can see that they don't even know what it is, and there is more to these things than meets the eye. And thank you for staying this long in the video, and like, comment.
Alright, so those are a completion of different alien UFO sightings that I acquired. Okay, Delight. So you think that it could be some sort of a weapon or something, that technology that we have that is not known? Now, there is some theories that the UFO footage, the aliens originated from Earth actually, which this has to do with the fallen angel theory that they were always here, or they have something to do with this realm. But yeah, maybe it is something from us. I don't know. I'm just showing you all And y'all think whatever y'all want to think about it. Alright, so Moki, I was showing some UFO footage, and the chat is just, you know, alright, so Steve and Eugene, we need to, a Zero I don't think is doing anything wrong. You know, so people can have discussions, but I don't think there's any need for fighting each other. You know, alright, so... Alright, continuing. And Delight says, I think someone on Earth has advanced technology. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Delight, for your information. Thank you. So, hey, it could be anything. I don't know. We're just trying to figure out what's going on here. Okay, Steve. Alright. You're talking to Zero? Okay. I thought it was a fight. But I don't mind. Y'all can do what y'all want. It seems like this group loves to fight. It's entertaining. Alright. So, if Liberty's doing a phone call, she's like listening in the background. Alright. So I'm going to read about the Greys, about this, some of this thing. Let's see. Oh, 5 cats. That's fine. I'm very honored and very flattered. Thank you. A shout out to 5 Cats Television. Greatest cat stream on the internet. All right. So here we go. Let's see about this. I put it somewhere over here. All right. All right, so this is about the whistleblowers. Let's see. Oh. Yeah. And then we're going to put this. Okay, a 3rd inmate has been caught. A 3rd inmate has been caught. Blame Moki. Yeah, all hail Moki. Yeah. All right, Steve. Okay. And remember, Steve, I'm just glancing at the chat. I'm not completely, maybe paying attention to what's going on, but all right, as long as y'all are doing well, it's okay. G said, well, I don't have mental issues. Prob most normal to normal human. I know, TBH. Hilarious, Anna. Hilarious. Maybe we all are crazy if we're that worried. And Anna, I'm the kookiest person here. So, I'm the mad alien. All right. So, but I always appreciate you in the chats, Anna, and I understand your humor. All right. Let's see about... Alright, so now we're going to go to this other part. Description and details of... Okay, reptilian species. Let's go here. And Liberty might be listening. If she's not, I'll read it to her in the future. Alright. Yeah, and Moki's right. They are... Oh, thank you, Anna. Thank you. Thank you. That's very sweet. And Alien, I like you. I have no idea what's going on. I'm focused on what you are saying, not focused on arguing. Well, thank you, G. I'm glad that you are focused on me. And also, shout out to you, Steve. I'm glad you have my back and you care about chat that much. Thank you. I really appreciate you, man. And here we go. Type A. Originally from the Thuban star system, aka Alpha Draconis, approximately 3,000 light years ago from Earth. This is a single star system. This species is the oldest, most influential reptilian species of the three. They have a neck that is almost a foot long, small ears and large pupils that are oval shaped. They have a snout like a small dinosaur with 2 breathing holes. Oh, that's very sweet. That's very sweet, Five Cats. And Remy says, and thank you all. Have fun. Much love. Night, night. Thanks for hosting us, Alien. You're welcome, Remy. Have a very, a great weekend. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Oh, yeah, Remy, thank you. Yeah. They have a snout like a small dinosaur with 2 breathing holes for a nose and a long, wide mouth. The skin is in front of their neck, is loose like an iguana, and their spine area is raised ridge on the scaled skin that follows the spine. They are cold-blooded, and they eat meat as well as consume blood and other bodily fluids from mammals. They can detect and fear, and when they do they detect fear, they get pleasure endorphins and are released within their brain. Basically, fear turns them on. All right, Zero. Scared. I'm going to keep an eye on Moki. We got to. And G will keep another eye on Moki, and Stranded will also. All right, Type B. Originally from the Alcares star system, aka Mu Draconis, approximately 89 light years from Earth. This is a multi-star system. This species has a wrinkled forehead and very sharp angled ears that are set off from their scalp about half an inch. Their neck is approximately 6 to 8 inches long and have loose skin around not only their neck, but also their upper chest. They have large oval yet vertical pupils. Their skin appears to be more bumpy than scaled, yet still scaled. Their mouth is huge. It looks like 2 clamshells opposite of each other. This species is cold-blooded, and they consume meat and plant-based food. And G said, Moki, trust me, someone who has the background of being European, Middle Eastern, and American, I know the pros and cons of each almost every avenue. What I mean is people love the complicating what is actually quite simple. Sometimes, alright kids, play nice, don't make me come back. A third points towards the chat, then vanishes. Oh, thank you, Zero, buddy. Have a good one, my man. Alright. G said, what I mean people love complicating is actually quite simple. Sometimes it really just a duck. Why dig so deep into something? If you look long enough, you'll find something. All right. Eugene, I agree with you. I think that they are demonic. I do agree. Oh, look, it's Caraville. What a wonderful surprise. Originally from the Chi Draconis star system, approximately 26 light years from Earth. This is a binary star system. This species of reptilian are the shaped like Homo sapiens, but with a snake-like skin that has chameleon abilities to look like regular humans of any pigmentation as defense mechanisms. Delight said, anyone who can travel the light year distances between stars would not care about us. That's why I think it's someone else on Earth. Delight, that's understood, and you may be right. I'm not denying that. I don't know what the truth really is. Yeah, exactly, Caraville. defense mechanism. However, they have a flatter looking nose close to the face with two oval openings for nostrils. Their tips are not different from the rest of their skin, an average sized mouth of what you would see on a human. Their eyes are slightly larger than ours, but with thin vertical pupils resembling cat eyes. They are cold-blooded. This reptilian species, instead of giving live birth, they will the way they the first to do, they have an egg inside of their body that hatches inside of the female mother's womb, and they gave birth to what came out of it. Now, this is from an alleged whistleblower. This species eats meat, plant-based foods, and blood from certain mammals. All three types of reptilians range in height from between 5 foot 6 feet tall. However, Type A have genetically created a flying reptile similar to what we imagine a dragon looks like to fight for them, but it does not breathe fire and is not as large. I do not recall exactly how big this creature is, but I do know that they are large enough to be ridden. Kev, most person to speak and learn from. It's been aliens all night and other topics we can't discuss, only the last 2 minutes about cases. We are focused on aliens. We all are going to bed thinking we are aliens. I have almond-shaped eyes, you know, the type that captivates. And now I feel like maybe aliens do to love. We are screwed. Scared. And I talk about a variety of different topics besides aliens, but I'm teaching GL about aliens because it is what I also do. Reptilians have had a presence on Earth for millions of years, and ever since the female warriors overthrew the Alpha Draconis kings and overpower, replacing them as queens, the city of Atlantis was reptilian. City that had cloned humans as slaves and extraterrestrial humanoids such as the Nordics and tall whites living amongst them there. After the two close past the planet Nibiru approximately 13,000 years ago, caused what is known as the Great Flood, when people shifted due to its massive gravitational pull. The continent in which the city of Atlantis resided became frozen over and is known as Antarctica. The city has been accessed since then. It is still a busting technology advanced city. The reptilians have second largest base, also Antarctica, which is a subterranean and house of the Nazi Fourth Reich of its German intelligence and its alien reproduction vehicles known as viral discs. Now, I think it's possible that the aliens we see are fallen angels, or like the Watchers. So there's like this group of angels that fell that are called the Watchers that went after Earth women to create hybrids. I think that's more likely what these things are, but it's still interesting to talk about the different theories. All right. All right. All right, Moki, good night to you, and thank you for being with me today. That might be true, G. Yeah, those cars look like aliens, absolutely. All right, so what we're going to do now is... Yeah, Kev, that makes very perfect sense. All right. All right, let's talk about the Karen Reed thing now. Okay. Let's go here. Scared. So in the Karen Reed clips, she was saying that she thought she could have hit him, and she wasn't too certain. So Moki was saying it's a sign that she did not see him walk into the house or go towards the house if she didn't know. Oh, Moki. She didn't know that she hit him or not, so she thought she could have hit him, she said in an interview. So why people think she could be lying about seeing him going towards the house? By the way, guys, not sure if you know the doctor guy got 12 to 16 years. Yep, I know about that. Yes. And G says, I agree, but I just don't know. Shady means she didn't do what she did. Both can be true, but what will no, I agree. Curve, says, G, oh, you should look into it way more than Shady. They straight up covered her deletion as a self deletion, and some of the straight up covered up her grooming and essay and her contact with the foul. Thank you, Careville. G said, no matter what, I deliberately do not think she was trying to delete him. Scared. Moki scared. Did you know into the bunkers there's just report over $21 billion? Eugene, I don't know what bunkers you're talking about, but that's very interesting. Court trials depress me, so I don't follow any of them. Yeah, Delight, they are very depressing. They make me scared. Alright, so Careful says, but Ryan, Heather both saw her alone in the car, and John clearly had to be in the house. It wasn't the yard. And did Ali say Colin was in the house with John? G said, and Moki said both can be true. Both can be true. G said, but Curve, for Higgins, who the heck is he? The families are involved. That's what has me. That's not just a few cops. That be definitely believe it, but all these witnesses and experts all on it. So, like, what G and I have talked about in the trial chat is that would everybody be on this conspiracy? It's like, does this work? Where, who is it exactly? It's kind of a straw man fallacy that we do not know exactly for sure. Doesn't mean it's not true, but we need some answers, Kev, about this. All right. Thank you. What's his name? Eugene. Thank you. All right, so look at this. What bro is sending me right here. All right, buddy. Okay, Curve says they don't have to be all to be in on it. They simple only have what they were given to work with. The me said he does not have injuries of a car impact. Hammett says that she only got the clothes 6 weeks later. I think she hit him on purpose because she was mad but didn't mean to delete him. Also, I will add that there was someone in the Law and Crime chat, and she told me her friend was hit by a vehicle, and her friend thankfully survived, but her friend had the same type of injuries that O'Keefe had. So it's possible, allegedly, for him to have been hit by a vehicle and have those marks that he had on them. But allegedly. All right. Valor straight up said she never got the clothes and she got a tiny packet of the size of a half a sheet of paper that said debris from the clothes collected by the proctor. Moki, yes, I know women, and I'm a woman. If we think any cheating is going on, I can see her being upset, and they were fighting, and she stormed off, hit him. And Curve said, you know that's dubious testimony. Eyewitnesses are unreliable. Go to your local Lexus dealership and ask to drive an LX570 and try and back into someone. Curve, I want to call this dude Kirby because that was a character from a video game. I have to call him Kirby. Okay, so Kirby says, go to your local Lexus dealership and ask to drive a... Yeah, I did that. Okay, and G says, Kirby, but it's also art of speech, honey. She got it late, but she said it was given to another... Scared. Another department responded, yes, I love art of speech. It was my passion. I studied it. It's brilliant. The car will scratch all you and know, and it will hit the brakes automatically. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Curb, I don't think she hit him hard if she did. I gotta go to bed. Saturday afternoon live, alien. Oh, Lord. Scared. On Saturday, there's something I have to get done, but when I get back, I'll do it. Yeah, all right. I was supposed to go today, but I chose tomorrow. We'll still do the live. All right. So, Kirby says, yeah, gee, it doesn't matter why she get it 6 weeks late. Who had between them? There is no chain of custody and buck and hike and himself and laying around in a door with them in Norfolk. And Moki said, I'll always cut off wieners. Scared. Yeah, you enjoy yourself, Moki. I'll see y'all, Moki, I'll see you tomorrow in a stream. See you tomorrow in a stream. Gee, I think with such powerful tool she was driving it wouldn't take much to throw someone. The thing you guys have to understand is each party asks only what makes them look good, and that's why I cut them off in mid-speech. And that's why they cut them off in mid-speech. Careful said, you can't say she didn't hit him hard. They say she went 24 miles per hour and the car weighed... Y'all just got here, been here since 3. Right? You can't say she didn't hit him hard. They say she went 24 miles per hour and the car weighs 7,000 pounds and cannot say she lightly tapped him and deleted him. LOL. Careful. Didn't say she didn't hit him hard. Did I? I didn't know how she hit him. Oh, okay. 5 cats understood. All right. Also, why does CW have to keep moving in the timeline? It straight up doesn't fit, and CW wants to bend space and time to make it work. Not me. I never would, Moki. I am like Coco Chanel. I will walk away, let them wonder. I told my hubby if he ever does, he becomes someone else's problem. Go for it. I am better than that. Are you opening to watching a video clip? Okay. All right. Also, Five Cats is also streaming what I am talking about, and I don't know if there'll be copyright issues with the clip I'm about to play for. So, Five Cats, just a warning about that. All right, so I'll play the Karen Reed clip again. All right, here we go. I'm going to open up a different window. All right, I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now. All right, let's put the mic here. And let's get the other thing on. Okay. Hello, Mary Toodles. Hi. All right, so let's play this clip. Well, that is something, but that's not what I meant to put there. But you see, because when I put copy, and that's something the other guy sent me. But let's do that again. All right, let's do that again because the stupid copy and paste thing didn't do what I wanted to do. Okay. So let's just do this again. Try this again. All right, I have it right here. I have it right here. All right, so here we go. I'll play some Karen Reed stuff. All right. All right, so Caraville, see what you think of this. About Karen Reed.
I mean, I didn't think I hit him, but could I have clipped him? Could I have tagged him in the knee and incapacitated him? He didn't look mortally wounded as far as I could see, but could I have done something that knocked him out and in drunkenness and in the cold didn't come to again?
And this
So I think this is very, telling about the situation and basically how he, she said she thought she could have hit him. Well, Mary Toodles is actually right there in front of me. Mary Toodles is right across from me. All right. Yeah, Moki was wondering about you.
would have been the moment you dropped him off at the party.
Yeah, would have had to have been. I mean, I didn't think I hit him, but could I have clipped him? Could I have tagged him in the knee and incapacitated him? He didn't look mortally wounded as far as I could see, but could I have done something that knocked him out and in drunkenness and in the cold didn't come to again?
And this would have been the moment you dropped him off at the party.
Would have had to have been. I mean,
All right, and here's the next clip.
There was no
Come on.
There was no memory of anything happening, but I had been drinking, and it was late. I never heard from him again, ever, obviously. So I thought, could I have run him over? Did he try to get me as I was leaving, and I didn't?
This is another, this is another one that seems, questionable. And Caraville, I said that before, as a possible defense for her. And thank you, chat. We'll continue.
Know it? I mean, I've always got the music blasting. It's snowing. I got the wipers going, the heater blasting. Did he come and hit the back of my car and I hit him in the knee and he was drunk and passed out and asphyxiated or something? And then when I hired David Yannetti, I asked him those questions the night of January 29th. Like, David, what if, I don't know, what if I ran his foot over? Or what if I clipped him in the knee and he passed out or went to care for himself and he threw up or passed out? And David said, yeah, then you have some element of culpability. There was no memory of anything happening, but I had been drinking and it was late. I never heard from him again, ever. Obviously. So I thought, could I have run him over? Did he try to get me as I was leaving and I didn't know it? I mean, I've always got the music blasting. It's snowing. I got the wipers going, the heater blasting. Did he come and hit the back of my car and I hit him in the knee and he was drunk and passed out and asphyxiated or something? And then when I hired David Yannetti, I asked him those questions the night of January 29th. Like, David, what if, I don't know, what if I ran his foot over? Or what if I clipped him in the knee and he passed out or went to care for himself and he threw up or passed out? And David said, yeah, then you have some element of culpability.
All right. So let's see what chat's saying.
Jerky way of talking.
Me?
Yeah, that girl.
Who?
Whose voice that was.
Well, that was Karen Reed.
It was like irritating.
Oh, Moki and you would get along really well then.
You would think she'd want to sound like this, and soft and sound,
Moki, Mary Toodle said that Karen Reed sounds annoying. You see, I knew that you both would be friends. Yeah, she said she'd be friends with you in real life. Alright, so let's see what Caraville's defense is. Kirby says, so you are really drunk, you have no idea what happened, and you have a cracked taillight, and you find your boyfriend laying in the yard where you last saw him. So yeah, that's a what-if scenario to start with. And G is kind of like joked out. And then G says, that's a good one. Maybe he ran after her and ran into the car. But true, we never know what happened. Where the drama, darn camera on that house. Scared. Caraville said, but the evidence just isn't there. So, say she hit him and he fell, hit his head, and was incapacitated. And then he pukes, is unconscious. How do we get from his mouth to his underwear? Scared. Only if he's an alien like me, he could do something like that. Now, exactly, Caraville. I think the burden of proof isn't there and reasonable doubt if she did it or not. But I'm speaking as like a lawyer would talk. But like what the truth really is, as I said, both sides seem true, and that's a problem if both sides are correct. You can't both be correct. Well, yeah, Mary heard the video. She heard it. I'll show it to her, the video of her later.
I only heard it from you. I don't follow you.
Oh yeah, no, because these are the people I went to trial with all day long, and they're with me in the chat right now.
Right, so whoever that was, she wasn't appealing to listen to. Like, she should have had her voice totally different.
Well, they have people with signs in front of the courthouse saying, free her, free her.
I don't know anything about it.
I mean, that cop who was forced into retirement refused to give the camera footage from across the street, saying he already knew it doesn't show anything. Caraville, you know from the Alec Baldwin trial, because the state withheld information, they had to completely dismiss the trial. So yeah, withholding evidence is another thing that would go in her favor. To the defense's favor. Why did not a single taillight piece get found under after they had her car? Yeah, this is where I am. It's like I see things are not cut and dry and things are going on. I don't know how, if they're bad, means her bad didn't exist. I'll show her turkey. I'll show her. I'll show her turkey head. Oh, so, uh, uh, Moki showed me something earlier of where basically it was the head of this dude that doesn't like Trump that said he would move to some other place, Mary. And the chat kept on putting like a turkey emoji over his face and like flaming eyes and a cowboy hat and an Elvis hair. Oh god, that was hilarious. Yeah, so yeah, and yeah, so Karen Reed gets very emotional. Oh no, I know you want to see her reaction. Now she doesn't like going on the camera, but you know.
Oh yeah, no, I'm ready for that.
Yeah, at some point she'll be ready for it.
I just got inside.
Scared. Moki is right. It's the tiny pieces that are missing. Scared. Well, I'm glad that a dream came true because I kept on fantasizing there would be a day where K and G would have a debate about this. The hour has come. The hour has come. I'm satisfied. She has not been on camera ever, no. She likes to just be in the chat. She's very attractive, but she's camera shy. Yeah, and she just got home. And Caravel said, I mean, we know they are lazy, but they are also corrupt. And G said, I have been believing a dad would involve his son, call me stupid. And one of my kitties is called Mary, and my mother was also called Mary. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And no, we are debating. Oh, okay. We are literally just caving into him. And G said, I am literally caving into him. Scared. And Moki said, it's really funny video, and I want to see Mary's reaction while watching it. I don't know. It'll happen one day. It'll happen one day. And Caravel said, I mean, one of the guys in the trial straight up hit all the messages between Byro, Ickmore, and Falwell. And then G said, okay, maybe they are horrible, lazy cops. Oh, there's Zero again. Grabs you and gives you a hug. Thank you. Someone left a note on my desk. I have to get back to work. Oh, thank you, Zero. That was sweet of you. Thank you. And yeah, shout out to Zero was the one that predicted about the solar flare, the solar storm coming, and it knocked out some radio communications across the globe. Yeah, he was right about that. And Eugene says, Moki, what Star Trek do you watch? The old ones. I mean, one of the guys in this trial straight up hid all the messages between Barrymore and Farrell. I read that. All right. So, yeah, we're having a mostly peaceful discussion about this. All right. And G said, K knows I adore him. I never debate. No Karen, no case would exist. I dislike one of you. I would never defend anyone over you guys. They mean nothing to me. Well, thank you, G. And shout out to Caravel. He's cool people. Gene Luke is obviously the best captain. Yeah, I love the Star Trek sign. Yeah. And yeah, it reminds me of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. That's what it reminds me of. All right. And yeah, so it's good to see this, up in the air about the case. And all right. We have so everything's doing quite well over there. And this is pretty cool to look at from this view. Let's see. that, and you have 2 people disliked my video. That's nice. That's sweet. Hello, Regina. Yeah, we're not going to be here too much longer, but we're having a discussion about the Karen Reed trial, and we're having a discussion about aliens and things like that. We're burning the midnight oil. Scared. Alright. Regina said, you guys still hanging out, and G said, I am never going to argue with people I know over those in a case. Who are they? They aren't in our lives. They are the case we follow. I trust justice prevails one way or another. And I think what we can all agree on, and y'all, this Karen Reed case will be over a couple of weeks, and we can all be friends again. One thing we can all agree on, in spite of our differences, is that scared. What we all can agree on is that we all want justice for O'Keefe, and we want this trial to end as soon as possible. That's something we could all agree on, okay? And in the future, there'll be more trials where we'll be united. And hopefully the Koberger trial is not the same as this, trial, where it's so much division.
Are they televising that?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. When does it start?
I think later this year, maybe like August or something. Now. Alright. And yeah, we cannot forget O'Keefe. We cannot forget O'Keefe. And, oh yeah, I love because we all chat our allies. And also, Kathy Smith said she misses you too. I talked to her recently. And that one I will be fierce about. He did it, LMAO. Yeah, and also, I agree with you, G. Now, I have been talking to Silver. She believes he's innocent, and they're kind of talking about why he could be innocent, hypothetically. But basically, the Koberger. I don't think he's innocent, but just talking about like why she thinks he could be innocent, and also, since I studied about law stuff, I just kind of like, I'm just playing with the idea for a second. But yes, I do think that he, certainly is guilty, but we'll see and give an analysis about the situation. All right. And also, Caraville said, okay, I got started with The Next Generation, but watch Voyager more. And then Caraville said, you'll be shocked to see how many support Anderson. And G said, who? Proctor's a moron. Never saw him. But I absolutely believe he's some loser. I think that there is corruption, and they did not handle the case well. And then Moki said, I'm really signing off. Alien, maybe a mid-afternoon live tomorrow. And as I said, I have to, at some point in the afternoon, I have to get something done. But when I get back, I'll get one started up for y'all. All right? It should be...
You'll only be gone like an hour.
I'll be gone for an hour, but I'll come back. All right? Tomorrow for the afternoon. All right? And... so yes, Smokey, I will do an afternoon live. Yes, to answer your question. We're doing an afternoon live tomorrow. And Zachariah Anderson, one of the WI that offended his ex-boyfriend. Oh, okay. And Eugene said, be blessed, Smokey. Okay, Moki. Oh, see you tomorrow on my live stream in the afternoon. All right. And see you tomorrow. All right. So basically, we have... yeah, love you guys too. Yeah, a group hug. Let's do the hug emojis. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Caraville, because I wanted you to go and talk about these claims. I need you to do that because it was great to see the 2 different opinions. And what is my opinion about Karen Reed is the question of the hour. That's been the question of the hour for a long time. I have no idea what the truth is. I don't know. It looks like both sides are correct, but they can't be both correct. Well, both things could be right, but she's either did it or didn't do it. They both have good arguments. That's why it's just up in the air for me. But I don't think the burden of proof is there. Doesn't mean she didn't do it. She probably did, but, there's different ways of viewing it. But I do think that it's a good discussion to talk about, but it's also a cringe discussion. So Mikey B asked me if I think YSL or this is more entertaining. I like YSL because everybody was united against the state. 99% of the people. This is more like a civil war. It's like, say, there's the Mexican-American War, when everybody was on the same side, and then you had the Civil War when the two generals are all fighting each other. So to me, it's like a civil war, and I don't like it. I'd rather the YSL trial where we were more united. Because I said the Law and Crime chat group has different religions and political spectrum, people in the political spectrum and all creeds everywhere, united to see the American legal system be displayed. That's an amazing thing. So I hate to see the division. I hate to see a division. All right. And pretty sure you watched the LNC. I've never heard of this person either. I never heard of this person either, G, what he's talking about. And I am like Alien. We are all on the same page. Yes, for me too. I agree 100%. I think all things muddy in water. Yes. And yeah, this one is a rough. This is like Depp versus Heard. Now, as I said, I believe, and when I was at the independent trial, I was good at getting people to see that Depp was not, he's not perfect. He may have done some things that were not right, but he was not guilty of the accusations that she was putting against him. And I was helping other people see that Depp was innocent. And this was at Independent. And then one day Independent stream went out, but Law and Crime was still on, and that's how I met all of you. So that was great. But yeah, that was a very difficult one. But I will say that there was a great divide in the Depp trial. And I was talking to somebody that acted with him in something, and him and he was on the same page with me. Then the next day he was against the position, and we had a debate. It was a good, good conversation. So subscribers have been coming to the channel since Depp, since 22. So the expansion into trial chat was the great thing for this channel. I think if you looked up Zachariah Anderson, it would refresh your memory. All right, let's look this up. Let's look this up. Scared. Zachariah Anderson. Yeah, I don't know anything about him. I don't know if I recall him. Let's see. Over here. Yes, I was on Depp's side. Awesome. Caraville, I did love how Heard was always the one that had recordings of them, and she was always the one that was the aggressor. She never had one where he was the aggressor. Exactly. And she put some makeup on her face and said she was hit. And you see the difference with Diddy, what he did, and it's on video. But the other one, she put some makeup on, and she said, "Oh no, I got hit." Yes, and on the right. Okay, on the right. Okay, so this guy. It may have been before I found y'all. Alright, so that's Zachariah. Now I do believe he was abusive. Yes, he was drugged and drunk. He probably pushed her. Wasn't nicest, but abused like she claimed. Nope. Alright. Understood, G. Yes, he looks familiar, but I don't think I watched the whole thing at all. Alright. Might have been. Alright. So, yeah, what year was this? This was before probably my time. Alright. And let's see here. Hello, Silver. This was after I found Depp. I just didn't keep up with this trial. I never saw it before. And hello, shout to you, Silver. Good to see you. G said, Amber Heard was such a jerk. I couldn't stand her or her fake testimony. My dog stepped on a bee. Scared. Yeah, he has a man bun. That's true. Yeah, he has a man bun. Alright. And... okay. And... basically, K, yes, that was like an animal. She's evil. Yeah, Caraville. I came to Law and Crime in 22 for a. Now, this is how it worked. So for us, this is like how I got with you all. So there is this storm happening that expanded from down here to upstate, and they were telling me that Law and Crime was the only channel that was on. So I went over. For one time, we watched it there, and I subscribed. And the rest of the depth trial, I watched it independent. Independent wasn't airing any trials, so I had to watch Law and Crime. I watched some trials, and I met Pam and talked to her. She really enjoyed me in the chat, and she wanted me to come around more because I would just go there rarely. I would go here and there. She wanted me to come there more, so I decided to just throw my hat in the ring and just go there all the time. And although she is in other chat rooms now with Kathy at a different channel, she basically, I made friends with her friends, and then there's this new group that came out of it. So I was there in 23. I just didn't see this trial. And Depp was my first trial. Depp versus Heard. And Curve was one of my first, if not the first friends I made years ago. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool people. And yeah, that's the Timu Bun, Regina. Pammy was such a social butterfly with bringing people together. Oh yeah, she was excellent. And she always likes to to hear about my garden and different things that I do. And yeah, she's very sweet to me always. And Alexa Rose and her would talk. Stranded said, "Man bun equals boyfriend handlebar." Ah, okay. Yes, you did, Stranded. Scared. And G said, "Wait, who's Pammy?" Okay, G, do you remember Pam Cogan? Or Kogan? That was who Pammy was. Alright. Eugene, yes, I see those things without a crystal ball. Scared. There's another picture of him. Yeah, G, she's with Kathy Smith at a different channel. Yes. And oh yeah, she did, in my opinion, I don't know this is a fact, but she did not like the she did not like the fighting that went on and the trolls at Law and Crime. She just didn't like how Law and Crime was conducting themselves. Oh, I'm glad that y'all chat in your evening chats. She subscribed to this channel. She comes in this chat sometimes. Okay. That is him with the. That's him with without the bun. And that's the judge. I have to go rewatch this trial because I missed it, or I don't remember it if I saw it. I probably did see this trial. I think I did see it. Yeah, I remember this guy in the suit. Yeah, I remember it vaguely. Kathy Smith. Kathy Smith is here in this channel. She loves seeing the possum shorts. I've talked to Griffith a couple of times, but not recently. And she was mentoring for a while. She hates the chats. It's too much. Oh yeah, I always enjoy Kathy Smith's company. She's always very nice to me, and I figured by like around Christmas, I had a feeling that she was not going to go back to Law and Crime afterwards. I had a feeling she wasn't going to come back. But I'm glad that we have her here in other chat rooms. Sadly, Law and Crime sold, and then YSL happened, and some of the viewers complained about the mods, and all of them got removed, and things got rough. Yeah. Silver said Anderson kidnapped his ex-wife's boyfriend and got rid of him. Oh, okay. Oh. Scared. All right. Yeah, you told me about True Crime Squad. Thank you. Well, thank you. That yeah. Before I wasn't sure what the channel was, but yeah, you told me before. I think I've been there before. I'll certainly go there and chat with y'all. All right. Okay. Well, Anderson doesn't play. It seems that's something for sure. He has a massive following that thinks that he's innocent, but then again, so does Wade Wilson. Wade Wilson. Capri takes off her lawyer status for a moment, and she is against Wade Wilson. That's the only one she seems to be on the prosecution side about. And her and I remember she told me when the affidavit came out, and I read it, and she read it too. And also, we're talking about McDonald's and how he gave up all of his information to get McDonald's, but they didn't give him any McDonald's. So he should have gotten McDonald's first, then he could have said the information. But he's not really smart, so save Wade Wilson. All right. Guy has women sending him thousands. I am embarrassed. Women like that exist. They don't represent me. Yeah, I remember that. I heard about that. Let's see if we can put it up. Okay. Wilson. Oh, Lord. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh. Are we serious? Are we serious here?
Maybe he's missing teeth or something.
Man, this boy got big. Scared. Yeah, Capri Law. Yeah. She's against Wade Wilson. Yeah. I don't... It looks like headphones or some sort of tying thing. Some kind of a rope thing. Maybe they're tying him to something. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. He lost his status. Women will drop him. Right. And basically, yeah, that was him usually. And then that is him then. Oh, this trial as well. Oh, okay, Caraville. Oh. And usually Capri sides with the defense. But this case, she thinks he's despicable. It was interesting to see that she does not support the Wilson. Oh, look at this boy. Lord. Man, he looks huge. What is he eating? Scared. He really let himself go. Yeah, I saw Capri Law over the other chat. Now, Capri Law is subscribed to this channel, and sometimes she pops in here too. But basically, Capri Law is for Wade Wilson being guilty. She believes Wade Wilson is guilty. Usually, she decides with the defense, but this time she's against the defense, and she believes that Wade Wilson is guilty. Yeah. He has lost his fan base since he has been on Deletion Row. Ah, okay. Thank you, Silver. And also, this other channel was reviewing the emails from all these fans all around the world from Germany. I gotta do that in this channel sometime. And from Africa that were saying he's innocent, but none of the emails even got to him because they blocked it. Yeah, he did say he did it. That's true. Yeah, and so basically, I think that Wade Wilson is completely guilty, and he is, that's in my opinion, he's guilty. But and he like literally did it. But as I said, interesting to see what Caraville's position on that would be. And here you have the we'll still look at the Wade Wilson thing. So yeah, and basically Caraville said never GSI. Guilty all the way. Wade Wilson in my town, like the video of him running away from the cops, was like 5 minutes from my home. Capri and I disagree on George Kelly. Ah, okay. On George Kelly. Okay. And I think it's good to disagree sometimes. Why would we want everyone to be like us? That's how couples get together. The differences. Yeah. Yeah. And this is with me. If I disagree with something, I disagree. And if I agree with something, I agree with something. So like with me, I am trying, like, if I say I disagree or agree with something, it's genuine. Like, I don't say I agree with somebody or disagree with them to make them feel better or to appease them. I do it because it's what I really think. And I don't agree with people on everything, but I'm very, civilized about how I conduct myself when I disagree. And that's why, G, I brought, I have Caraville and you talk about the Karen Reed. And I also, disputed stuff with you and brought up different theories to you. It was a good discussion back and forth. Yeah. And G said, I don't even get why he did it. This one is the most senseless one. Seriously, why did he delete 2 women for reason? I think his defense is that he was taking bath salts and the drugs made him crazy and go out on a rampage. Like, there was a guy that did bath salts and he was eating someone's eyes out, on like a homeless person. He was like eating he was eating somebody. That's what bath salts can do to somebody. So, I mean, a defense for Wade Wilson was that the bath salts made him crazy and that it made him temporarily insane. As I said, I know how a defense would work and a prosecution would work, but as I said, it was still despicable what he did. He's still guilty, though. He's still guilty. Or he's just a creep, that wanted to do something bad to somebody. And G said, me too, exactly. Me too, Alien, exactly. I really think it should I avoid what I think and believe just to agree with someone. Let's see. G said, me too, Alien, exactly. I really think it should I avoid what I think and believe to just agree with someone. And G, I think if, as I said, somebody disagrees with you, if you disagree with what's being said, say it. And if you agree with it, you agree with it. Or what I do a lot of times is that finding a common ground where they could be right. Because I could accept I could be wrong. I could accept that. That's why I'm always open to the other side. And the other side is a good position, right? Because it makes sense to them. Then we could actually find the truth. So yes, that's like my position on that. And it doesn't mean I am being obnoxious on purpose or deliberately disagreeing to argue. Not at all. I just like people being fair and using the same standards. I see tons of hypocrisy. Yes, definitely. Yeah, he was running out of options as everyone was getting sick of letting him crash into their house, live off them, etc. Yeah. Wow, Kev, thank you for that information. And because he's just a monster, he almost offed his ex as well, but she got away. And I was tempted to attend his trial in person, but parking and getting into the building is a nightmare. Oh, I didn't know that, Kay. That's very cool that you were going to do that. All right. So basically, we have reached a point where this stream session is ending. All right, this trial will be ending. I mean, this trial will be ending. This stream will be ending. All right. So move over to this other window right here, and All right, so chat, we'll be going live again. We'll go live again tomorrow at some point. But I'll wait for wrap it up to see what chat's saying. And thank you, Caraville. Thank you. And G said, it's like how do you know the answer? They don't even want to hear if anyone has info that may make them wonder if the person is guilty. The deliberate desire to not want to see what everyone else is. Exactly, G. That's what I think. And a lot of people have their own bias and not want to see what the truth is, right? All right. And I don't argue with people. I just let them say their piece. But if they are being disrespectful, I'm out. Yeah, right. Yeah. Or guilty in the middle. Too much shadiness to be here. I will be a bit scarce next week. I am flying to NC Sunday for a few days. Oh, Caraville, have a safe trip. And thank you for letting us know. And also, what I'm going to do is now we'll be ending it. And thank you, everybody, for being here. G, I'm so glad to finally have you on board the spaceship. And it was nice talking to you about aliens and the different things. And I'm glad to have you and Caraville talk about the Karen Reed thing and cover the $21 trillion tomorrow. It's infuriating our tax money was spent like that. Eugene, I will cover that tomorrow, definitely. And if I don't, remind me, which I certainly will. All right, everybody. So be safe, honey, to Caraville. But just let you know, I do think she's going to be found either not guilty or mistrial. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for teaching me so much. You're welcome, G. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. See you all tomorrow, and peace.